Hello everyone. The objective of this session is to discuss the importance of decision support systems in a business environment, emphasizing its role in the business pressures responses support model. The discussion also highlights the role of decision support systems and business intelligence in the decision-making process by categorizing decisions on the basis of structure and control. So let's get started. In this session, we are going to talk about the role of decision making in a typically dynamic business environment as a response to the different kinds of business pressures that organizations face from time to time. Later on during the session, we are also going to categorize decision making in terms of structure and control, leading to the concept of decision support systems and business intelligence that we have nowadays. Now, talking about the changing business environment, the companies are moving really aggressively to computerize the support of their operations, leading to what we have as business intelligence. Now, the business intelligence, its importance can be understandable through the business pressures responses support model. Now, this model constitutes three different components: the business pressures, the responses, and the support. Business pressures in terms of the result of today's competitiveness to the business climate, responses to counter the business pressures defined above, and support in terms of the decision making that can be done with the help of business intelligence and decision support systems. Now, this chart in front of you will give you a better indication of what exactly is the business pressures responses support model. On one hand, we have the business environmental factors such as globalization, customer demands, government regulations, market conditions, and competition, which are pressures and certain kinds of opportunities for organizations. Now, every organization needs to respond to these business environmental factors by adopting different kinds of strategies, by collaborating with partners, by giving a real-time response to customer demands, by being agile, by increasing productivity, by having or inculcating new vendors, by using or adopting new business models, and so on. Now, all this is only possible when we have the data which can be analyzed with the help of decision support systems and business intelligence, leading to certain predictions and decisions which can help and benefit the organizations to sustain themselves in the environment that they have. Talking about the decision making process, typically any process talks about four steps: define the problem, construct a model, then identify possible solutions, and then compare, choose, and recommend a potential solution to the problem. Now, talking about the decision process, it is very important to define or categorize decisions on the basis of structure and control. Now, every decision can be categorized on the basis of it being structured, semi-structured, or unstructured. Similarly, on the basis of control, it can have operational control, it can have managerial control, or it can be have at the strategic level. Now, if you can see, there are different kinds of decisions which belong to each of these combinations. That is, let's say, structured versus operational control. So you have accounts receivable, accounts payable, and order entry. These are decisions which are structured in nature as well as belongs or done at the operational level in any organization. Similarly, you have decisions such as budget analysis, short-term forecasting, personal reports, make or buy decisions, which are usually done at the managerial level but are still structured in nature. Then you have certain decisions such as the financial management, investment portfolio, warehouse locations, distribution systems, which are structured but done at the strategic level or by the top management. Similar is the case for semi-structured and unstructured decisions also, where there are certain kinds of decisions in any organization which fall into each of these brackets. Now, before we move forward, it is very, very important to understand how we define structured, semi-structured or unstructured decisions. Structured decisions are those decisions where all inputs which are required to take that decision are available. Semi-structured decisions are those decisions which have a certain degree of structure, plus it also involves the humans taking the decision to use a bit of their judgment and intuition. Moreover, when you talk about unstructured decisions, it has least of structure and more of intuitive or judgmental decisions which are taken by human beings in a typically business environment. Now, let us have a discussion on the Simon's decision making process, which involves four steps. To start with, every problem or opportunity can lead to a step which is the intelligence phase, which talks about environmental scanning, reports and queries, comparisons, and benchmarks. Following this stage is the design stage, which leads to creativity and finding alternatives to analyze different kinds of solutions. The next stage is the choice stage, which compares and selects the best possible solution out of the alternatives which we have already identified. And finally, it is the implementation stage, which talks about the deployment of whatever solution we have come out with. Now, this is a cyclic process as it can further lead to more problems and opportunities. Now, all this discussion leads us to the classical definitions of decision support systems and subsequently the business intelligence. So, if you go by the first definition, it talks that the, the decision support systems are your so-called systems which are useful for solving unstructured problems. That is, only the unstructured problems are solvable with the help of decision support systems. But later on, the definition was modified to include semi-structured problems as well. So, in nutshell, when you talk about decision support systems or when you talk about business intelligence, these are typically computerized systems which can be useful for taking semi-structured and unstructured decisions. So that is all we have for today. Thank you so much and have a nice day.